This is Pastor Peter Noble, and I'm here with Pastor Steve Bartlett from Lutheran Church of Canada, and he's going to answer some of my questions today. Oh, and we're drinking some coffee here at our favourite place, Timmies, as they call it. He's reluctantly accepted.
So you can discern. Hey now, you're a pastor, get your preach on. Christ saves. Hey now, you're a Lutheran, take communion, go pray.
I've tailored them just for you.
Long walks on the beach,
Exactly.
romantic movies, right?
Exactly.
So.
Well, it's going to talk about movies. So we're and there's a, I don't know if you can see it outside, but there's a, well, would you call that a blizzard, Steve?
Yeah. A small blizzard.
Tell us who you are. What's your name?
Well, Steve Bartlett.
Yeah.
Epiphany Lutheran Church.
Yeah, in Thunder Bay.
In Thunder Bay, Ontario, yeah. So.
Center of the universe.
Yeah, the center of the universe, yeah. In the middle of a blizzard, like we said, so, yeah. In February, nonetheless, right, so.
Oh, it's supposed to be, as you mentioned just before, so we don't normally get as much snow as this?
Well, normally it's spread out a little bit more, and it melts and comes and goes. But yeah, we got all of it in January, February this year, so that's fun. So I know the piles in my yard are taller than I am in some spots. So
You're funny.
Even though I'm not that tall, but
If you were cast as a background extra in a Star Wars film, would you want to be a humble moisture farmer on Tatooine, or a high-ranking Imperial officer with a spectacular cape?
well, which movies are we talking here?
It's like who owned the franchise at the time?
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Or what versions are we talking about? I don't know. I like the Imperials, but moisture farmers, I don't like sand and all that noise.
Why can't you wear a cape and do the farming?
Well, because if it's hot out, you don't want to have a cape on if it's hot, right?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and you'd be in space more with as an Imperial, so that'd be a little bit better. So.
It's funny how, like, in
I don't know,
space,
sometimes they have some good points. So.
in space they don't have any of the, like, there's like no gravity in all the scenes in space,
Mostly, yeah.
which is a bit unusual.
Depends on what version you're looking at, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, number 2, as a Lutheran in Canada, you're navigating a very spectacular landscape. Do you see? Sorry, I'll start again. Navigating a very secular landscape. Do you see yourself as more of a John the Baptist crying out in the wilderness, or a Commander Shepard trying to build a crew of unlikely allies?
I don't know. Some days I feel like Balaam and his yeah, false. Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I feel more like Balaam and his donkey some days, being ridden around and
Right.
It's a heavy burden, some of the stuff.
It
all
is.
these things.
So, gosh, like how do you process that for the ministry that you do?
Probably not healthily.
Oh. Get on my video games.
Yeah, get on my video games, do all that kind of stuff. Try to find time to de-stress however I can, kind of thing. But try to de-stress with other people that are of like mind, that kind of stuff.
Filling your emotional cup.
Yeah. Try and find somebody to talk to, that kind of thing. So,
That can be.
but
Yeah.
it can be hard depending on the year and the times. So,
Yes. Number 3, completely random. If you're eating a hot dog and you, are you a ketchup is a sin purist, or do you believe in the universal grace of putting literally every condiment available onto the hot dog?
well, I mean, I like whatever's on the hot dogs. I don't care too much.
I just had
it has to be a good kind of hot dog, though. So.
I just had a double stacked farmer's wrap, and I was like, man, I need ketchup on this, even though it's got some kind of like special sauce on it already. Like
Does it? Just Chipotle or something?
It's very, very light. It's not very salty or anything. It's more like a mayonnaise.
Yeah,
I think
they
Canadians
have
put
that here.
mayonnaise on everything. You know.
That's more the French. That's more the Quebecs. So.
Oh, that way.
Yeah. I mean, most Canadians like ketchup. I mean, at least as far as I know, I grew up with it, and you'd always have it on your macaroni and cheese and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of heretical not to have it on macaroni and cheese.
Ketchup on mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That must be like super salty. I mean, I would imagine it's already salty because it's got the cheese on it, but...
Yeah, it's not bad. It probably is quite high in sodium. Probably not great for you.
Would you like some diabetes with your mac and cheese?
Yeah. Well, if you get the sugar-free ketchup, you're okay, probably. So.
You're funny. All right, number 4. The Lutheran liturgy is often called a rhythm. If the Sunday service was a sci-fi soundtrack, is it more of a Hans Zimmer epic or a 1960s Star Trek theremin solo?
I think it's epic, but some people think it's not. So they think it's old. Well, I guess it would be an epic would be seen as old school. So
I feel like it's a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, because it can. Like I think it's trying to strike the beauty and the tradition, or the yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched Star Trek for a while, so I'm not too familiar with the music, but I find it more.
You're slipping, bro.
I know. I don't have it on DVD yet, so, or I don't have the original on.
What is it? Oh, you did have it on VHS or something?
I did at one point, but that got lost at some point. I only have the Next Gen and Deep Space Nine on there, so the good ones.
Deep Space Nine. I remember watching that when I was like
Yeah.
11 or 12 at the movies. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's different, but it's good. I like it a lot. So.
Number 5. In the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to everything is 42. In the Lutheran Church of Canada, we say the answer is word and sacrament. How do we stop? How do we stop that answer from becoming a meme that people stop thinking about? So I'm asking about the danger of ritualism.
Yeah. Having it become just what you say and not knowing what it is. I don't know.
Yes.
Education.
Okay, so it's like a teaching thing.
Digging into what do you mean, or unpacking word, sacrament. What is a word?
What does this mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's actually what I just did for that conversations thing, right? So.
What was that for?
It was just a couple questions they wanted for the info digest or something like that. So. It was about how do we know the character of God, and how do we...
Didn't like the lady call you and go, is this Peter Noble?
Yeah. She confused me with you, yeah.
It's so
she got me.
This isn't the pastor you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. The wrong one. But maybe she got the one she needed. I don't know.
Well, God doesn't make mistakes, Steve. I thought you'd be onto this.
Oh, yeah. God may not, but we certainly do.
That's right. And he's like, it's funny how he uses us in spite of our mistakes,
Yes.
right? I know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, number 6. If we discovered an alien civilization on a planet orbiting Alpha Centauri, I don't know what that is. Would you advocate translating the small catechism into their language? Or does the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist only apply to carbon-based life forms from Earth?
That's a bizarre question because I don't believe there are aliens. So.
It's like false.
Yeah. I don't think there is. Like, that goes into questions on Genesis and creation then, and
Like the scope of the atonement, things like this.
You could read like C.S. Lewis's Planet trilogy and see a similar thing where there's an uncorrupted world without sin. But realistically speaking, I don't think there would be anything like that because of the way Genesis talks about mankind being the crown of creation, and imbuing us specifically with His Spirit and breath and all that. So
Well, that's one of the things
it's one of those moot points I go, yeah, it's nice to think about, but I don't think it would ever happen. So, like, if it was some sort of life or God created man on a different planet, I would assume that He would have had some form of atonement for them or something too, a revelation for them.
Well, that opens other questions. I was going to say. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking that you'd be more concerned that your Greek wasn't up to scratch for your translation.
Yes. Or it'd be a different.
I don't think I have the right idiom here for this alien life form.
If it did happen, it would be, yeah. If it had to happen, I would say that there would be another book or revelation from God that would be very similar, if not exactly the same as ours.
There was one, bro. It's called the Book of Mormon.
Right.
No.
Those are different aliens.
Oh my goodness. Different foreigners altogether.
Different foreigners, yeah.
Oh my goodness. True. Okay. Number 7. Have you ever accidentally or intentionally worn mismatched socks under your alb during a divine service?
You wear stuff under your alb?
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Close your ears, children.
All my socks are the same. It's easier that way.
All right. You're a matching man. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Well, your future wife's going to be very, very thankful.
Right, yeah.
All right.
You didn't ask if they were clean, though. So.
Oh my goodness! It's like I wear them one way, then I wear them inside out the
Yeah.
next week. I get twice as much,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Depends how many layers of dirt on them, right?
Number 8. Lutherans are famous for the simul justus et peccator, that is simultaneously saint and sinner. If life is a simulation, is this dual nature a feature of the original code or a virus we're waiting for a patch to fix? It's very technical questions.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I'm testing your grasp on the Lutheran view of the fall and sanctification.
Well, I mean, if we were still humans inside the machine, it would be a
like a
it would
Matrix
be a
question.
feature. Yeah, it'd be a
Matrix.
feature, not a
like-
not a bug. I mean, I guess you could maybe say the broken world would be a bug or something, but when it comes to the Matrix, they specifically designed it fallen or broken, because the first wave of people that they put in there broke out, right? Because it was too perfect. So
Okay.
that's the whole. I
That's
can't
the
remember what they
Matrix.
call it. Zion? Is that the?
That's like the last city that's standing.
Yeah. But they're the ones that broke out because the first Matrix was too perfect, and so they could rebel and get out of it. And
There's so many biblical overtones.
There is
and-
a lot, yeah.
Or undertones, whatever you want
in
to
the
call
first
it.
movie, there are no other movies though. So
So I think I've watched The Matrix about 8 or 10 times this week.
Oh, really?
Just because I just got it on DVD, and I just thought, I haven't seen it for years.
yeah, the first one, the only one, is good.
It's like it's so good. Especially that scene with Morpheus and Neo, and they're talking about he's like, let me tell you why you're here, and he's like, you're here because you know something. You know, what you know you can't explain, and then he starts going on about it's a splinter in your mind,
Yeah.
and it's like he's pressing on. I would say he's pressing on original sin. You know, but it's
I'd have to watch it again. It'd be interesting to read the book and compare it too. So
It'll be a date. We'll do it. We'll do it. Number 9, the Lutheran Church of Canada is often seen as more confessional than other bodies.
slightly. Yeah.
Does just a little.
a little.
Does our commitment to the Book of Concord make us the Jedi Council of the Prairies, guarding an ancient truth, or does it risk us making us a time capsule that's lost the key? Are we holding too tightly to our Book of Concord and to our confessions?
I think in some ways we might. we hold so tightly to it that we don't read it. I know a lot of people don't read it, and then when they question it or they look into it, they get confused. And sometimes there's a confusion of, is the Book of Concord more authoritative than Scripture? Because I've had people.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've had people pull stuff out of the Book of Concord and say, well, see, it says only Christians should come to communion. This person claims to be a Christian, so we should let them come to communion. It's like, well, no, there are qualifications even in the book of what that constitutes, what a Christian constitutes.
Yes.
But they'll just pull things out like some people do with Scripture, pull things out of context and try and say, well, this is our Book of Mormon, our new revelation, right? So, but it's always supposed to be going back to the Scriptures, and I think in some ways we need to update some of the language of the Book of Concord because it is a little difficult. I mean, there's nothing saying we can't update and re-emphasize, especially for modern audiences, the certain things that we have that we're experiencing, right? Like all the transgender stuff, all the abortion stuff. Like if we came out and we had some papers on these things, we could refer back to the Book of Concord because it does have some stuff on that.
Yep.
But it doesn't have as much on that because it wasn't an issue. People knew men were men and women were women, 100 years ago. And so it was just a given that these things were the way they were. But I think in this world that's so broken now, some clarity would be good.
Yes. It's almost just like a bit of sanity. It's so refreshing when you hear people talking. So what would you say? You would encourage congregations to be reading the Book of Concord? So that they know what it says.
I think so. I think that's
and how they
a good
interact
idea.
with the Bible in terms of its
education on the book is good.
It is a true interpretation and confession of the Word of God.
Well, I think it would spark a lot of good conversations in our churches, healthy, growing pains perhaps, on, we believe this? We believe that,
On this, I found even just going through the church's constitution has raised so many questions. I think we talked about this already, but
with excommunication.
there was an
things like
adjustment to the article on excommunication. And even that just had pushback. I think all I did was add a piece from the rubric. It just says, where is it meant to be enacted? And I just added from the rubrics. I think it's page 37 in the agenda, the LSB.
Yeah, could be.
Agenda, no, it's page 37. And it's and it basically just says, this right is to be used in the divine service just before the confession absolution.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much after the invocation, you just get into it and you excommunicate a person. And someone was like, I think I had a couple of pushbacks that were like, that's so inappropriate and it's not going to work. And I was like, let me just photocopy the rite of excommunication for you. And I just gave it to them to read. I haven't heard any follow-up questions, but
we'll see.
Because I just added what it was written. Like I didn't even interpret it or anything. I just was like, this is the recommendation.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of good answers to a lot of popular secular questions in the Book of Concord, and how do we deal with other denominations? Can a Catholic come to communion? I've had that question a couple times and things like that. And it's like,
common.
no, but it doesn't matter the denomination if they're outside altar and pulpit fellowship.
I think what
Yeah, it does depend on pastoral
discretion.
one-on-one. Yeah,
Well, that's what I
if
was-
it's a specific person, but if we're just blanket stating it.
No, that's right. I think some people just kind of go, "Oh, Jesus is for all," and it's like, yes. What does that even actually mean?
Yeah, define your terms. What do you mean?
Okay.
He also talks about not casting pearls to swine and things like that too. So,
That's right.
and the role of the office being a fence or a garden fence or something to protect those things and keep them in their proper bounds as well, to protect the people just as much as the sacrament, right? So,
Yes.
because it doesn't do a person any good if they eat and drink in condemnation of themselves.
Well, they might fall down dead in the middle of a service. That's what I say to people in the Twilight service. And people are like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
People
yeah.
sort of raise their heads.
Well,
and start
people are
listening.
very, like you said before, a little too secular in that sense of, well, that doesn't happen according to science, and it's like, well, I don't know. I've seen people have heart attacks in church, so you never know.
I know. Well, you never know God's timing on these things. Number 10. If you had to choose between never being able to use a bookmark again or never being able to use a highlighter again for the rest of your ministry, which would you sacrifice?
Well, I never highlight my books, so because that's foreboding. You don't put marks in your books like that. That's
Good use of German.
yeah, that's bad.
So you're
It hurts the book.
So you're a bookmark man.
A bookmark guy, or I strategically place it open on my desk or something, so that I can grab another book and then have books piled on books. So I guess I am a little rude to them, but
Your books are pretty. I reckon your library would be very tidy.
yes. Well, no, my desk is tidy in the sense that I know where everything is, but it's separate piles of things.
Organized chaos.
Yes, yes. Well, that's the problem with printing off stuff. I hate printing off stuff because
I know,
I end up having all these extra handouts and then I toss them or I have to recycle them.
I know.
It's all on my computer. It's all stored there. So
All right, number 11. A member of your congregation comes to you in a crisis. They've lost their job, their spouse is leaving, and they feel like God has uninstalled them from his plan. Do you reach for a specific psalm, or do you sit in the silence of the void with them? If so, why so? What do you do? In that
well, I mean, I would let them vent for a while. You know,
Right.
it sounds like they need to
Right.
vent and talk it over and complain a little bit. And then as they're talking, I'll be listening and trying to think of some specific passages. If I have warning that they're coming, I'll prepare those passages before that.
Gotcha.
And then when there's a silent moment or something, we can pray or we can do a psalm or something like that. And then hopefully if it happens in my office, we can go up and we can have confession, absolution, and the Lord's Supper at the
Nice.
end of our conversation. Because obviously there's sin that they need to talk about, either their own sin or somebody else's sin.
Yes.
Because it's never a one-way street. We end up sinning against somebody in those arguments back and forth, right? So,
Yes.
and even if it is just for the consolation in front of the altar and the consolation of the supper, to bring strength and reconciliation or comfort, whatever they get out of those things.
Yes, 100%.
But I like to do that when they come and visit in the office. If not, we'll do it at home, and I'll bring my kit with me in case the opportunity arises for it. So
Amazing.
I like to bring the whole armor of God with that. So
Amen. I love it. Number 12, a difficult case. If a person confesses a legal but deeply immoral act to you in confidence, something that makes your skin crawl, what is the internal mechanism that allows you to still offer them absolution? Is it a duty, or do you genuinely feel the love of Christ for the unlovable? What are your thoughts about that? Because it makes it
It's hard.
It's a real challenging one, isn't it?
it is hard. I mean, I always have Paul's words ringing in my ears, chief of sinner though I am. So
Amen. Yep.
I can never
Yep.
really judge anybody else's sin worse than my own. I know my own sins more than anybody else. So I feel that because I know how hard it is when your own sin bangs against the door of your heart. So yeah, I can commiserate. I feel a kinship in that. So it is, but it is hard. especially when it's a legal sin, right? And
Oh, sorry.
everybody is telling them that it
Oh,
is.
I think I said it is illegal. It's legal, but it was deeply immoral.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's everybody around them is telling them it's okay, be this way.
That's
do
right.
That thing.
It's like, oh, you can do this.
But
fill in the blank.
Yeah, but their conscience is convicted, and it should be.
Yes,
'Cause
that's right.
That's the Holy Spirit working, right? And I've had a couple cases where that's true, but in those cases, the world has won for now, and those people don't come to church anymore. Not because I wouldn't confirm them, it's just that it was too hard.
Or affirm them.
I wouldn't affirm them, yeah.
Because like they're looking for affirmation in their lifestyle or in whatever behavior it is.
And so some of those people have wandered for now. I'm sure they still struggle with it, but they
Well, I
just
think they
have. Yeah, it's easier to close your eyes and go to sleep sometimes than to
It's
stay
like
awake.
some people tend to like dead, or you find that people deaden their conscience in some way, so that they can live with it. You know what I mean? They have to get around the. You have to get around the conscience. It doesn't matter what reasoning you use, what science you're trying to apply to, but it's like the conscience is just there. You know, God gives us the
and I
conscience.
sympathize with that too, because there's, days and weeks where sin approaches me, and I go, I'm not going to fight that right now, especially with the COVID stuff, right? That was a dark time with a lot of obvious sin in the church, and when you're the only guy or only a couple guys fighting it, it's disheartening, right?
It can be very, very discouraging. I
know
can
people
appreciate
talk
that.
about picking their fights or things like that, but sometimes it's true, but we're not called to fight some fights, we're called to fight the fight.
Well, I would say, was it Lutherans? I can't remember who said it, but it's like, God doesn't call us to fight, but He calls us to confess.
Right.
And so it's not going to be a flesh and blood fight, or it's not even going to be it's not going to be a, what do you call it? Physical altercation, and even like a legal fight, But it's the fact that you're just confessing at every gate,
Yeah, and as pastors, we have our own consciences we have to wrestle with when it comes to those things. This is like our conversation at our Winkle, right? When we were talking about usury and stuff, right? Like,
yes.
Just
I
one
could
of those.
see it was clashing with a few of us.
Yeah.
But I think also the terms was probably important.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was a bad
But
conversation.
those are good kind of discussions we need to have, like not just about usury, but about anything, like
Well, I think it was
examining any of our life. So.
bringing a biblical concept of, money and making money on money into the 21st century. It's a bit of a challenging one,
Well,
especially with all the insurance companies out there and all that kind of stuff. And
all the bureaucration and things like that. I've had a couple of those run-ins with bureaucracy and
like
stuff.
legal and ethical questions to consider. Question 13: if you were forced to participate in a professional wrestling match, what would your pastor persona name be, and what would be your signature move?
I don't watch a lot of wrestling.
Bashing Bartlett.
Yeah.
I'm not really a wrestling fan myself. I don't really get into that. But
The Bartlenator or something.
the Bartlenator. Stephen the Levite.
I don't know what the names are. You could be the confessor. Bring the pain of the law and the gospel.
It's like you got like your boxing. It's like law and gospel. It's like you're gonna get more law than gospel today. But bam.
Justus in peccator.
Question 14. Science fiction often dreams of transhumanism, using tech to live forever. As a pastor, how do you preach the resurrection of the body to a generation that would rather just upload their consciousness to the cloud? So I'm trying to bridge the gap between the ancient creed and future technology.
Yeah, the transhumanism stuff is.
I think we were talking about this already, weren't we?
We did a paper a while back, and
weren't we talking about this?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, it's difficult because it's basically modern day Gnosticism. So I think we'd have to go back into the texts and see how they countered some of the Gnostic views of things. I mean, we have to emphasize things that we've gotten away from: family, friends, sitting around the campfire with somebody, those sorts of things that are good.
Basic human instincts, I know, right?
Those basic humanities that, devoid of your body, you'll lose yourself in a lot of ways.
The longing to be in connection with someone else.
Yeah.
The longing to have a relationship with another person. The Bible's very big on knowing God and being known by God. Loving someone and being loved. This reciprocation that is
and part
so
of it
basic.
is being not just the good stuff, right? Like we're defined in some ways by what has happened to us, right? How we suffer and go through things. You know, when you cry, you don't want to cry by yourself. You want to be enveloped by the church or your family or something like that, right?
Grieving with someone.
Yeah, you've got to be consoled. You've got to come together with those things.
No, I agree. I think it's something that we've lost a lot of, I think, in the world. Like, well, even like, I guess even from a secular perspective, I'm thinking of like, you know, when someone dies, they gather together for a funeral. Or if they're pagan, like they won't even have a funeral sometimes, which is what we were talking about as well. Like,
and part of the modern day, I was thinking about this with funerals, is people, even Christians, will say, "Well, he's still with you," or "She's still with you," and it's like, no, that person isn't with you. That's the whole point of death, right? Like, and they mean it in the nicest way. You know, oh well, he's always with you, watching over. It's like, no, he's not. They're with God, or they're not with God, you know, whoever you're talking about.
Right.
But they're at peace with God, and they would not be at peace with me here, right? Like watching over my crap. So, death is sort of that final pointing of, you know, when the resurrection comes, you'll not only see them in person, but, you know, in all those ways.
You'll see them in that resurrected body that God gives them.
Yeah, and all the aches. It's easy with older people because you'd be like, well, your aches and your pains, you know, they'll be gone or anything like that. I mean, they would be gone in a. Well, we don't know, actually, if they'd be gone in a transhumanist way, because there is such a thing as, like, phantom pain and things like that, too. So we don't know if our consciousness is being uploaded to some sort of matrix
and like,
would actually be perfected.
And what that will look like. It's just so hard to know. I mean...
Well, and like, your consciousness is also marred with sin. So there is still sin within your mind and your heart and your feelings. So if you're just getting rid of your body, you're only getting rid of half the problem, right? So you still need a perfected mind in Christ. You still need a better conscience in Christ. All these things that need to be purified through Christ, through resurrection and the resurrection of the last days. So.
You should write a book, bro.
No.
Oh my goodness.
It'd be a big run-on sentence.
I'd read it.
So.
I would read it. You're touching on all the right stuff. I think that's fantastic. Like, it's
Only
definitely.
if I can plagiarize.
Well, I mean, it really presses on a theology of the body, which is a massive part of today's, you know, people are fascinated by the body and the soul, you know, and what we do with our body matters, you know, and how we live with our bodies matters.
Yeah, the interesting, I don't know if you've seen, what is it? Cyberpunk and stuff like that setting is all about, it is somewhat transhumanistic, but it's also more about modifying the body with technology and things like that, so making your body physically better and stuff like that too. It's a different side of transhumanism.
Is it a movie, Cyberpunk?
It's a setting for D&D, or there's a couple games out there like 2077. I mean, they go really into the secular stuff of, you know, gender as a construct and all that kind of stuff too, because you can have you can take pieces off, put pieces on, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's quite dark future where even like nanotech and stuff like that can fuse with bodies, and you can have stronger people and all that sort of stuff. But it's a slightly different take on transhumanism, where you'd actually still have a body, but it'd be a more perfected body. So.
Well, it reminds me very much of like the Matrix, how they have like they're able to upload themselves to this world, and you can do anything in that world, you know. But
in the world, your consciousness is separated from your body, right? Like you're still in that pod, giving energy, according to the movie, giving energy to the machines.
Okay.
With Cyberpunk, it's more. You have more robot parts and stuff like that. You're more united in that sense, but it's
interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember if there's what the internet looks like at that point, because it was created back in the 80s and 90s. So
they got the internet on computers now, Steve.
Yeah. I've seen it every now and then when I go to libraries.
I feel like that could be like your second book. You know, the transhumanist stuff.
Yeah.
Like that can be.
I'm not as well versed in that stuff. I just know what the YouTubers tell me. So
I think the world wants to hear more about that stuff and actually reflect in that space biblically.
It
you know what I
is
mean? Like how do we use our bodies to glorify God, and how we live now matters, all this kind of stuff.
Well, and I think some people are getting back to it because there's a bit of a push in the younger generations, at least, to get back to something like that, more simple, get off the internet, do those sorts of things.
Basically like those basic human tendencies of just connecting. I don't know.
I mean, a lot of people are still lost. They're still looking for a way in that. And it's hard, especially when the world is going so far technological and bureaucratic.
Drifting to the left.
Sort of stuff. Yeah.
Well, you find it kind of goes a bit left and a bit right, sort of at different times.
Yeah, it depends on what part of the world or part of the internet you're on too, right?
Yes.
There are individual echo chambers and things like that you have to watch out for and try and get some from both sides. So
yes,
because you can fall into your own traps of confirmation bias and all that sort of stuff. So
it's true. This is true. Last question, number 15. At the end of the movie of your ministry, when the credits are rolling, what is the one thing that you want the audience or your congregation to have learned about the character of God that they didn't know before you arrived?
Well, that's hard.
What is it you want them to be reflecting on?
Well, I would hope that they were still growing in it, knowing that it's not done, just because I'm gone or
Yes.
they're gone or somebody's gone or the church is gone. The church continues in other ways and things like
That's
that.
right.
They just have to find their place in it,
Yes.
how to keep it going, kind of thing.
Yes.
Even if you're, old and can't do much, there's things you can do. You can pray. You can be served by somebody. That's a big thing we don't take into consideration.
It's actually like humbling yourself to a place of
to
being
be
served.
to receive those.
That's actually a huge thing. That's a massive part of what we do, isn't it? When we go into hospitals, aged care residencies, or dependent living,
Yeah,
and
that's
these kinds of
that's
places.
why like the MAID program, getting rid of people that are dependent on other people is a great disservice to the caregivers, right? Like your sons and daughters who are going to take care of you in the hospital bed. It's good for them to have to go through seeing mom and dads suffer, but also how they suffer. Do they suffer in faith or do they suffer in
Well, that's the thing.
depression, right?
I had exactly that conversation with a parishioner, a couple about a month or two back, and I said to them, what you do in this situation, because I think they were like, should I end my life, basically, to make it easier for my family? And I said, well, no. I said, how you end your life, whether what you choose to do is going to be your confession. So I said, look, you need to look at what the scripture says about this, and is it actually objectively right to end your life so that you're not a burden to other people, or do you continue and allow God's timing to take over, which is the biblical road, and it may look like we're inconvenient, but I just was like, I raised all kinds of questions with this person. I was like, infants are inconvenient sometimes. Like, oh my goodness, some parishioners are inconvenient sometimes.
Yes.
But should we get rid of them?
No.
Because
we do.
Sometimes I would like to move a motion at church council.
Yeah, let's just all go down to the regional and sign that card. Yeah.
Sign the card. He's like, I got some paperwork for you to fill out.
Yeah. Because part of it is about heritage and what we're leaving behind for our kids too.
Absolutely.
I don't think
Absolutely.
our churches are prepared to die yet because they haven't set anything up for their families. I don't think that stuff is ready for them. It's like tending a garden. We still have some tending and weeding to do, maybe more so than before. But like I tell my people, if you're still here, God has something for you to do.
Amen.
Whatever that is, he'll either do it without you knowing, or he'll let you know in some way through others or something like that. We don't always know how he uses us. Well, we definitely don't know all the ways he uses us. Even as we go about doing groceries or leading our life or whatever it is. So.
Well, that's the end of our questions, or my questions. Thank you so much, Pastor Steve Bartlett, for being on today, and hopefully we'll see you again at some point.
Who knows?
Maybe we'll do a part 2. We'll see.
I might
We'll see what the
still be stuck
success is
here,
of
who
this
knows?
interview. But God's peace be with you,
Yes, and also with you.
and tune into the next episode. Bye for now.